Have you noticed how governments around the world are starting to get really tough on big tech giants? We're talking about huge names like Google, Amazon, and even Alibaba. From the European Union to the United States and China, the message is clear. The era of unchecked growth is over. These governments are rolling out new laws and hitting these companies with massive antitrust lawsuits. They're accusing them of using their massive power to crush smaller competitors, control what we see and buy online, and misuse our personal data. It's a global power struggle, and what's happening on the world stage might be a preview of what's coming to our own digital backyard. Think about the EU's Digital Markets Act. It's designed to stop big platforms from favoring their own services. Imagine if Google couldn't put its own shopping results at the very top of your search page anymore. In the US, there are ongoing lawsuits against Google for monopolizing the search market and against Amazon for its marketplace practices. They being accused of using data from small sellers on their platform to create their own competing products and then pushing those products ahead of the originals. It's a classic David versus Goliath story, but now David has the government backing him up. Even in China, a country known for supporting its tech champions, the government has taken a sharp turn. They've cracked down on companies like Alibaba and Tencent, imposing huge fines and forcing them to change their business models. They're particularly focused on breaking down the walled gardens these companies have built, where you're locked into one ecosystem for everything from messaging to payments to shopping. The goal is to increase competition and give consumers more choice. It's a massive shift, showing that no company is too big to be regulated. So why should this matter to us, especially here in Vietnam? We'll take a look at our own e-commerce landscape. It's dominated by a few major players, right? We all use Shopee, Lazada, and increasingly TikTok Shop. These platforms are incredibly convenient. They've changed how we shop, discover new products, and even how small businesses operate. But the same patterns that regulators are targeting overseas are starting to emerge here. Have you ever searched for a product only to see the platform's in-house brand or a sponsored product appear first? Even if it doesn't have the best reviews, it's exactly the kind of thing that antitrust laws are designed to address. The core question is, are these platforms creating a fair marketplace, or are they using their power to pick winners and losers? When a platform acts as both the marketplace and a seller on that marketplace, it creates a serious conflict of interest. They have access to an incredible amount of data. What's trending, what's selling well, what prices people are willing to pay. It would be tempting for them to use that data to their own advantage, squeezing out the small independent sellers who rely on their platform to reach customers. This brings up a really important debate. What is the government's role in all of this? Some people argue that the market should regulate itself. If a company gets too big or too unfair, competitors will naturally rise up and customers will leave. They believe government intervention stifles innovation and creates unnecessary bureaucracy. They say that companies like Shopee and TikTok Shop have become successful because they offer a superior service, and we shouldn't punish them for that success. It's a strong argument for a hands-off approach, trusting in the power of free market capitalism. On the other hand, many argue that without government regulation, these tech giants become modern-day monopolies. Their network effects are so powerful that it's nearly impossible for a new startup to compete. Once everyone is on one platform, it's very difficult to switch. This gives the platform immense power not just over sellers, but over consumers as well. Proponents of regulation say that antitrust laws aren't about punishing success. They're about ensuring the game is fair for everyone. They believe these laws are essential to protect small businesses, foster real innovation, and ultimately give consumers more choice and better prices. So what could this global trend mean for Vietnam specifically? It's highly likely that our government is watching these international developments very closely. We could see new policies being discussed sooner than you think. These policies might focus on a few key areas. First, data privacy. How are platforms like Shopee and TikTok Shop collecting, using, and protecting our data? New rules could give users more control over their personal information. Second, monopolistic practices. Regulators might start investigating whether these platforms are unfairly promoting their own products or using their data to disadvantage third-party sellers. For businesses currently selling on these platforms, this is a critical moment. It's time to start thinking strategically. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. If your entire business relies on one platform, you are incredibly vulnerable to any algorithm change or policy shift. Start building your own brand and your own sales channels. Create your own website, build an email list, and connect with your customers directly through social media. Diversifying your presence will make your business more resilient, no matter what regulatory changes come your way. Think of the platforms as a tool, not your entire business model. And for us as consumers, it's time to become more critical thinkers. When you shop online, pay attention to what you're being shown. Are the top results genuinely the best? Or are they sponsored? Are you getting a good deal? Or is the platform manipulating prices? By being more aware, we can make better choices and support a healthier, more competitive market. The future of our digital economy depends on the decisions we make today, as business owners, as consumers, and as citizens. The conversation about regulating big tech is just beginning, and it's a conversation we all need to be a part of. This isn't about being anti-tech. It's about being pro-competition and pro-fairness. Technology and e-commerce have brought incredible benefits to our lives and our economy. The goal of regulation shouldn't be to stop that progress, but to ensure it continues in a way that benefits everyone, not just a handful of powerful companies. The global crackdown is a wake-up call, and it's one that businesses and policymakers in Vietnam should be listening to very carefully. The digital landscape is shifting, and those who prepare for the change will be the ones who thrive in the future. What do you think? Should the government step in to regulate platforms like Shopee and TikTok Shop, or should the market be left to its own devices? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'm really curious to hear your perspective on this. And if you found this analysis helpful, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the trends shaping our world. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.